Hey there, and welcome to the Hey Kahla Podcast. I am your host, Kayla Evans, and this episode is going to be a part 2 of sorts to an episode that I actually did a couple weeks ago. It's number 15, and it's called Why Not Take Yourself on a Confidence Building Quest? I'm going to link that one in the show notes if you missed it, but basically I just shared 3 pieces of homework, if you will, 3 confidence building quests to build up your confidence, because you can't just listen to me, right? You can't just read things, listen to things, and then boom, you're confident. You actually have to go out and do things and take action to become more confident. So today's episode, it's sort of on the same track, but this time I wanted to share some of my favorite habits with you to either build or boost up your confidence. And I'm going to try to make this one as short and simple as possible because I'm recording this Friday afternoon. It's almost 2:00 and I have to run soon and get ready for the Jets game that I'm hosting tonight. So let's get right into this. Why would you want to add more habits to your already packed life, right? Well, because habits, we all know, either get you closer to where you want to be or they send you further in the other direction. And if you are looking to grow or find your confidence, you need to be really aware of things that you may be doing that's eroding that confidence. So the word confidence itself comes from Latin con, which means with, and then fidere, which I don't know if I'm butchering that or not, but it means trust basically. So with trust. So self-confidence literally means to trust yourself, like to have trust in yourself. So here are some great habits. I think they're great. They work for me. They work for my clients. Hopefully they're going to work for you. Give them a shot. These habits are just going to keep your confidence climbing. So number 1 is to keep the promises you make to yourself. And I mean like all the promises, littler things like going to the gym, or maybe bigger things like not drinking alcohol, not even, succumbing to that peer pressure when you're out with friends, like sticking to it, maybe sticking to your budget, whatever it may be for you. If it's something that's important to you and you told yourself that you were going to do it, you have to do it. Like you can't flake on yourself. All that does is it just eats away at the trust that you have in yourself. And you're pretty much a liar. And people don't trust liars, even when it's you, right? So you're sending the message that you're a liar, you can't trust yourself. And it also sends the message that you don't think that you are worthy enough to show up for. And actions like this, they just tell you that you can't depend on you. And then to make it even worse, it might even lead to you beating yourself up about it, right? Like, oh, I should have done that, or I never follow through, or I'm failing at life, etc. Like those really nasty self-critical thoughts that pop up. It's just all around nastiness. So you have to keep the promises you make to yourself. You have to show up for you, and you're more than worth it. Trust me, you are more than worth it. Okay, number 2, I need you to do the thing even when you're scared. And the examples I love to give for this is either going to a networking event, or maybe you want to ask your boss or a manager for a raise, right? These are 2 situations that strike fear into a lot of people's hearts. So let's say you're ready to ask, or you're ready to show up to the event, but you chicken out at the last moment. And no shade here, like we've all done it, happens to everybody. It's way easier to just stay at home where it's way more comfortable. Or it's easier to just stay at your desk and get busy with whatever piece of work you can find, right? Anything to keep you working and busy so that you can't ask, right? You have no time to go talk to your manager. Well, this makes it harder to believe that you can even do the thing because you keep wussing out about it. And it also builds this thing up in your head to be even bigger and scarier than it really is. Every single time that you let fear get the better of you, it grows. And then your confidence or even your motivation or your drive to do the thing, it gets tinier, like it shrinks. So please don't be a weenie. You can do the thing, right? A bunch of things in a row that you do, that also boosts your confidence and builds your confidence. So you want to keep that streak of doing things going. Again, don't be a weenie, and no shade. We all do it, but just trust you can do the thing. And even if you bomb at the thing, at least you did it. So you're building up that experience and you're building up that trust in yourself, and you're probably going to live. So either way, you're either going to be successful or you're going to win and get, you're going to be successful. You're going to win and get the thing you want, or you're going to learn and you're going to gain some confidence, experience, and some trust in yourself. So I think those odds are pretty good. And lastly, number 3, do not compare yourself to others. And this is easier said than done, right? And I think this is the toughest one on my list because of social media. Everybody doing awesome things all the time. Even even when you see videos of people, they're crying or they're sharing like their quote fails on socials, like, do you even believe them? Like, are those tears real? I don't know. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm a little bit critical of it. But it's huge, right? What you see on social media, we all know isn't always accurate or isn't always true, but the impact it has on us is huge, right? So to counter this, you really just have to believe in your abilities, in your strengths, in your unique gifts, right? You need to be grateful for what you have, your life, your friends, your family, your home. When you fixate on other people and what they have or what they're doing, it can leave us feeling like we're not good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, thin enough, right? Fill in your blank. And that just crushes our confidence. And since we all know, what you're looking for is what you're going to find, when you're looking at all the ways that you don't think you measure up, you're just going to continue to find more ways that you think you are subpar. And that's a spiral that just really leads to no good. And coming from a background of being on TV and radio for most of my adult life, or in the public eye, being judged in some way, I have some experience with this one. And I do always fall on 3 things to cut that comparison. So number 1 is gratitude, which is like my answer to pretty much everything. I gratitude journal every morning. I do a gratitude practice while I'm walking the dog, and I just like to focus on what I have. It's really hard to feel like you suck or your life sucks when you're focusing on all the good things about you and all the good things about your life. So number 1, gratitude. Number 2, on social media, I usually just post and ghost. Like I heard somebody say that once, post and ghost. I just love that. I post, I check my DMs, I try to check my comments and respond, and then I'm out of there, right? Like I'm trying to not spend too much time looking around or scrolling, and I almost never watch other people's stories. I used to, and then people would be posting these awesome things, and I'd be like, well, I'm going to bed at 8 p.m. because I get up at 2 a.m. for my job, and you just always felt like you were missing out on stuff, especially during the summer. So one summer, like many years ago, I just stopped watching people's stories, and I still just never do. And then number 3, and this kind of goes along with like not watching or scrolling, I just put the blinders on. And that's like a thing that goes like a common thread throughout my entire life, right? Like I just put my blinders on and I just do my work. I just do my thing. Okay. I don't like look up others similar to me. I'm not researching other people's websites. I don't follow my competitors. In some cases, I even mute or block accounts so that I can just block out that noise, right? I just want to focus on my work. And the less noise and the less clutter and the less comparison, I can really just listen in to what my inner voice is telling me, what my intuition is telling me, what my gut is telling me. It helps me really get in tune with my imagination, my creativity, and then I'm able to create things that I truly feel good about because it's coming from me, my brain, my heart, my soul, my experience. It's my work that I'm sharing. And that just makes me feel even more confident because I finish something and I'm like, hey, look at that cool shit you just made, right? So give that a shot. Gratitude, post and ghost. Again, can't take credit for that, but I use it all the time. And put your blinders on. It's okay to block out who you need to block out, right? I think I've said this before on other podcasts. Like nobody gets access to you or your energy. You get to decide who's in your world, and your social media account. Yeah, Meta or whoever owns it, but like it's your account. That's your turf. That's your piece of the internet. And I saw somebody else post this a little while ago too on their Instagram. I think it was another member of Hustle and Charm community. If I can find it, I will credit it maybe in my Insta stories or somewhere. But they had said like, this is my little piece of the internet. Yeah, 100%. That's your turf. So make it, curate it to be the way it's going to serve you best, if that makes sense. So with that, there you go. My 3 confidence building habits that are so freaking important. You got to keep the promises you make to yourself. You are worth it. You wouldn't break a promise, right, to your bestie or your mama. Don't break the promises to you. Number 2, do the thing even when you're scared. You're not a weenie. You're tough. You can do the hard things. Please do them. You're only going to feel more competent and more capable the more you do the things. And then number 3, don't compare yourself to others. Put those blinders on. If it's affecting you, do what you need to do to just block out that noise, that clutter, get rid of that comparison, be good to go. And obviously, yeah, there are a lot more than 3. So if you're interested in working together, you can always DM me on Insta. I will not post and ghost you. Or you can email me info@heykayla.com. And I'm also going to link that episode, which was the part 1, in the show notes if you want to get the confidence building homework that I assigned. So that's it. I think I did it in just about 10 minutes. Okay, good for me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Again, I got to go get ready to head to the arena. So if you're going to be at the Jets game tonight, come and say hi. And if not, I hope you have the best Friday, have the best day, and I will talk to you soon.